I can't. So I was gonna have this like big introduction to this video. I mean, that was the big introduction. I tried. I can't even like finish with that. But here's the deal. My Blue Line team family people. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this video as short as I can because I apparently can't make videos under 12 minutes. But I have a lot to say and my heart is so big. I want to, I can't write things. Like I can write things, but it's just, it means so much more. So right now, what I really feel like, I'm going to be honest, I feel like when Selena was at the Grammys and she won her first Grammy and you know, not Selena Gomez, please, let's not even go there. I'm talking about the real Selena, like anything for Selena. So this is going to sound like a thank you speech, like a, I feel like I won a Grammy though, for real. Okay, so long, okay. First of all, I know that I like to kind of not really talk about money and all that stuff, but I mean, let's be honest, if, a bunch of people hadn't come together and donated, strangers and friends alike, and listened to my story and thought that I was important enough to contribute to, like, this would have never been possible. I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, I didn't have the funds to purchase a brand new bike and, like, join in last minute and do all this stuff. So from the bottom of my heart, I know I'm posting this on the Blue Line webpage, but I'm also just sending vibes out to anybody who donated any kind of money for anything that went toward this experience. So every single one of you, I know very little people who donated in terms of like I actually know you. A lot of people who donated I don't even know, and so for me that was just heart melting. Like in the last video I made, I was actually crying, and I wouldn't be surprised if I started crying in this one. But it's mind blowing how people who don't even know me, or at least that I haven't really like, you know, met or talked to, have had conversations, found my cause and my goal and my dream important enough. So from the bottom of my heart, anything that anyone donated, thank you so much. I greatly appreciated it. Blue Line Bike Lab family, like I hope you know that you're stuck with your girl now. I didn't know that there were 80 some members of the team. I still know that I didn't get to like say hi, this is my name, it's nice to meet you, but you guys are kind of stuck with me, and my only request is that we don't just kind of like hang out next March. I want to use my bike. I want to go on rides, and I still want to be just as part of this community. And from the bottom of my heart, in terms of anything that has to do with fundraising or for a cause, you know, I want to make this like a thing. Like MS isn't just important in the months of March, which is MS Awareness Month, and April, which is when we had obviously the MS 150. I feel like this is obviously, you know, for many of us living with MS, it's like a year-round thing. And so that's my goal, is to just kind of continue to create that awareness and continue to spread my message. But from the bottom of my heart, to all the donors, every single person who did anything, thank you so much, and who gave. It also got me a pair of shoes, it got me a helmet, it got me whatever accessories I needed for my bike, and it got me some of my fundraising money. So you guys are just the bomb.com. There are a couple of people that I really want to give a special shout out to, which is funny because I don't even know your name. One of them, I know you're a dude, I know you're a guy, and you are on the Blue Line Bike Lab team, and you rode past me maybe 2 or 3 times. And the first time you rode past me, you pointed at me and you were like, "You're awesome." And I was like, "You're awesome." And then so another time we rode by, and you rode by me again, and you were like, "You're still awesome." And I was like, "You're still awesome." And you had black shorts with neon green patches on the back. So whoever you are, sir, you're still fucking awesome, because I'm pretty sure you did it a third time, and It was so fucking cool, man. I think your name is Nicole. I'm pretty sure it's Nicole. You rode by me a couple times and you were like, you're fucking shredding it. And I mean, just every single one of you that rode, I mean, you know, again, like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for monetary donations. And I'm so appreciative for that. And like I did the marathon in 2014. I did the Houston full marathon 26.2 miles. The experience is not the same, y'all. Like you definitely have people cheering you on, but you don't have, at least I didn't experience like fellow runners running past me going, "You're awesome. Come on, like you're fucking killing it." So every single person that rode past me and like gave me a thumbs up or, you know, said, "How you doing?" Like, DK, you're fucking killing it. Like, please don't think that that ever went unnoticed. That's like fuel to someone's fire, man. It's amazing. What I really want to stress on is how big this ride was for me, and I feel like I can talk about that till I'm blue in the face, but I really hope that you guys get to this part of the actual video. I mean, I know, like, I'm looking at the time, it's now 6 minutes in. I ran the Houston Marathon as a bucket list. I used to work for Lululemon for about 3 years, and, you know, one of the biggest things they instilled in us was to write our goals down, starting with 10 years to 5 years to 1 year, and one of my 5-year goals at the time was to run a full marathon before I died. And I'm not a runner. I've not trained to be a runner. I enjoy my cardio in different forms. But I thought, why not step outside the box so much and really challenge myself? And I really was just curious as to how far my body would actually push me. So I said, F it, let's go it, let's do it. And obviously I lied on like the lottery time pick. Like I didn't know how long it was going to take me to finish. I like overestimated or whatever. But I remember that feeling of, obviously mile 22, my knees are on fire. Mile 24, like, okay, my knee, like there's blowtorches on my knees. Mile 26.2, crossing the finish line and being like, you are one badass bitch. And I have no aspiration to like ever do that again, right? Like I did it once, I can check it off my bucket list. This was different for me. Because I know the strength that I have right now in the body that I have. I know that I can pedal for days. I teach, so, and I know that indoor cycling is much different than outdoor cycling, but I feel like the advantage that I have in terms of me not being sore, you guys, I was fine yesterday, and I'm fine today. I taught 2 cycle classes today. I've taught 4 classes in total today. I feel like what really attributed to that was just like my constant movement and me constantly just kind of being on a bike. But more than that, please don't think this is vain, but I was an athlete again. I was an athlete. I was holding my own with the best of them. I was getting passed up a lot, and I was passing up a lot of people, a lot. I will be honest, it took me the first like day and a half to really figure out the gears on my bike, to really figure out how to approach a hill, how to come down a hill, and how to really like conserve your energy for when it needs to be used. And not for nothing, I think if you had to walk your bike up the hill, man, you do what you need to do for your body. In my brain, all I could think was slow and steady wins the race. Like, you pass me on the left and you do what you need to do, but my ass is going to truck up this hill the best way I know how. Even if it takes me like 5 extra minutes from the people that are like grinding it out. And I was an athlete again. I mean, it would take me too long to really explain how that feels for me. But I wasn't just someone's instructor, you know, because they say when you can no longer do, you teach, right? I was an athlete out there, and I really felt that. And whether or not that was the point, obviously, of what we were doing that weekend, I needed that for myself. And I don't even know if you guys knew that you were doing that for me, but you did. I never thought ever in my life that I'd be able to get on a bike and watch, everyone's like riding this two-wheel bike and hands out in the air. Look, Mom, no hands. I was like, fuck, I'm never, what am I going to ever? So I don't know which hill it was, whether it was going up to Bastrop, that last hill, or whether it was after Bastrop. But I just remember going down a hill and thinking in my brain, I don't know exactly how fast I'm going, but if I had to guess, I'd say 40 miles an hour, whatever. I'm going to give myself that credit. And I said, fuck it. Give yourself 5 to 10 seconds of the biggest adrenaline rush, because if you woke up tomorrow blind and paralyzed, this would be that one moment that you would have to remember. I fucking did it. I took my hands off the handlebars, and guess what? For all you two-wheel riders, not only did I take my hands off the handlebars, but I got to lean back in my seat and enjoy what is Earth's roller coaster, right? What is Mother Earth's natural roller coaster. I can't put into words. Like, I can't. And here's why I'm telling you these experiences, because for every, thank you, for me, it doesn't do it justice as it does me telling you what I experienced that day. I found God, right? I've had 2 big experiences in my life. One of them was at the bottom of the ocean in Belize when we were snorkeling the Barrier Reef, and I was about 10 feet away from a manatee. This thing weighs, I don't know how many tons, and he's just floating. And we're floating. And you can't, I don't care what you believe in. I'm not here to debate that, but in my brain, you can't physically make that. That is a miracle. And riding in a country road past these bulls and these cows and, being this close to nature and wildflowers, and then being on a freeway. Never did I ever think that I'd be riding my bike down a fucking freeway. And I'm so sorry, but you guys, I was one of the coolest fucking things at that ride. People loved my bike. For every dumb question or remark that I got, it was another opportunity. I've got to hurry. So I did exactly what I set out to do. This weekend was everything I thought it was going to be and more. All I wanted to do, yes, was ride my bike. All I wanted to do, yes, was feel human again. But my underlying mission has always been to talk about myself, to share my story, to create awareness, so that people like Miss Rhonda, who I met at one of the stops, who had her own team, who was riding for her niece, who had been diagnosed already for 5 years. She said she'd been trying to get her daughter to race, or her niece, to race, but her niece was still kind of broken up over it. And I said, oh, well, is she fairly new to being diagnosed? And she said, no, she didn't say no. She said, well, she's 5 years in. And I kind of gasped because I'm 2 years in. And I think I'm a badass. I'm 2 years in and I'm figuring it out, right? And everybody's experience is different. And I immediately told her, I said, I need you to tell her that there is so much life after MS. She said, well, she used to be a track star. She used to be a cheerleader. She used to be, And I said, I'm a full-time fitness instructor. I have a degree in dance. Things look a lot different for me. That's correct. But in terms of me being physical, it's about you guys, it's about heart. It's about having heart. Okay, so I told my story 4 different times this weekend. I don't know if I've shared that with any of you, but just by people asking about my bike, by me educating, one guy was like, oh, you're riding the lazy man's bike this weekend, aren't you? And I was like, uh-huh. The Latina and the Leo in me really wanted to snap back at him. But I used that as a learning moment, and I was like, sir, I really would be riding a 2-wheel bike if I totally could right now, and this is why I'm not. And I don't really like to throw out that card, but if it's going to educate people to know what to say or what not to say, that's cool. Something else that I was completely inspired by was seeing several people with the I Ride MS jersey on a two-wheel bike. So I've not completely given up the idea that I can ride a two-wheel bike in something like this. Yes, I am ready for next year. Yes, I will be riding next year. I didn't get this amazing opportunity to just kind of like do this once. I decided that probably halfway through the first day, when someone says you can't do something, or a situation says you can't do something, you figure out what it is you can do, and don't be, half about it. Like, figure out what you can do and do it 300%, because life is there for the taking. It really is. And, we're allowed to be upset, and we're allowed to be mad, and we're allowed to be grieving, and we're allowed all those emotions. But what matters is us getting each other out of it. And really just kind of like looking at each one of you in the face and telling you that this means so much more than you could probably ever know. Whether you know someone with MS or not, whether I got to talk to you or not, your part in all of this means something. So thank you, because by default, people who ride this have to raise money. So, and I don't even, like, I hate to say it like that, because I feel like it decreases its value in what we did this weekend. But every single one of you, I feel like, has just such an open heart. So many people, like, you guys are like, DK, how was your ride? And, that connection is amazing and not scary, but it really opens up the heart in terms of, it's okay to like receive help, and it's okay to continue to share my story, even though I feel like some people might get tired of hearing it. The point is that we're creating awareness, and we're creating this space and this possibility for people who thought that there was none. To every volunteer, to every person who worked and made this possible, spent time. I'm like almost to 20 minutes. I really hope you guys get this far in the video. But every single one of you, Blue Line, I'm telling you guys, like, you can't get rid of me, man. Like, I am a part of this family, and I absolutely loved it. Yeah, like, I couldn't have written this out if I tried. Jennifer, you're my ace coon boom, man. We have a bond that I don't think is ever going away. So Fred, my bad, bro. I'm kind of like part of your family now. I can be like auntie TK to the little one. So I hope that next year we can do this for someone else, a new person on the team. I love this passing down of the good karma, the good vibes. Like, you guys create. I'm a part of a culture that I never dreamed or imagined I would be part of. Like, now I want to go and ride my bike on Sundays, just like to do. Next year, man, it's me and the sunscreen, mano a mano, like. You guys, I have a whole separate shirt on, but I just want you to know, like, that's actually my color. This is just because I work inside all the time, but like, this is actually a girl. She's like chocolate flavored a little bit. And last part, because I'm probably gonna hit 20 minutes. It's a 20-minute thank you video. I'm heartbroken that it's over. I feel like I have these experiences in my life where I really bond with people and stuff like that. Like, I really, really, really hope that this is not the end of like the road. And check out my two-wheel lowrider. Hopefully, I get to ride that little bad boy one day. And look at the ladies behind me. So they're such Bettys. If you've ever seen Clueless, that's my mom is such a Betty, right? That's my mom right there. Like, she's a fucking fox. That's my aunt. And that's a model lowrider. Like, I'm obsessed with lowriders. But you guys are the coolest. You made me whole again. I'm not even kidding you, and you have no idea what you did, right? I'm an athlete again. And here's what I'm going to leave you with, my biggest inspiration, and I really want to meet her one day. Her name is Kayla. Go YouTube Catching Kayla, E60. She got diagnosed when she was a freshman in high school, and she was a soccer player, so she had to quit that because it was contact sport. And she ended up becoming a track runner after her diagnosis, and she becomes like one of the best track stars. She beats out the boys, but my goal is to be that for someone. My goal is to have someone watch a video on my YouTube channel that's so homemade, that's in my own backdrop, that wasn't done by ESPN, right? But that gave them hope, man. If this girl can become the fastest track runner in her whole state above the boys, I can still be an athlete. Like, I just had to figure it out, and it didn't happen overnight. You know, her journey was in a course of over 4 years. So check out her video, Catching Kayla. It's only about 12 minutes. It'll make you cry, but it's the best thing in the whole wide world. I think that's it. I hope you made it to this last part of the video. But like I said, I couldn't have written this. Like, my heart, I have so much love in my heart for experiences change you, and yeah. So from my heart to yours, every single one of you, everybody, please, thank you so much. And side note, okay, I'm almost done. But so I still haven't even posted my pictures, right? Today is Tuesday night. I'm making this video. Sunday, I was like on such a rider's high. I posted these stupid videos on Instagram. But yesterday, y'all, I slept all day. And I relished in it, and I really let it soak in. And I wanted to be really ready when I made my video to say thank you and all that stuff. So I'm still kind of living in it, and I have yet to make my post with my pictures, because that's going to be another novel that I have to write. But I love you all. And I really hope to hang out. Let's get coffee, talk about lowriders and tattoos and life. From my heart to yours, you can never be too epic, and nothing you can ever do for someone is ever too small. I love you all.